Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. It is great to have you here today as we take a look at Reassembly. This is a game I've been scoping out for a while on Steam. I've wanted to play it for the last couple months. This is just what I call a nice chill game. There's a lot to do, but it's more laid back. It's got this just amazing ambient soundtrack that plays, and I really dig it, and I've been wanting to put out some episodes on it. Not a lot, you know, maybe 5 or 6 or something like that. Just enough for us to take a look at the game and get into it and explore all that it has to offer. I think that could be kind of fun. And of course, if you guys dig it and enjoy it, we can keep doing some episodes, we'll see how far we can take things. So with that being said, what is Reassembly? Taken right off the Steam page, it is a spaceship building and universe exploration game. Collect resources, expand and grow your fleet, and conquer your personal galaxy. So this is what I like about this game. It's got these great vector-based graphics. Everything's procedurally generated. It's got a really nice spaceship designer, which we'll see here in just a little bit. Got the great soundtrack, like I was talking about. Very ambient, very haunting at times. I really, really like it. It's so chill. And, it's got smart and reactive AI, which I can always dig. And the physics even give weight to your builds. So as you're building a craft, the physics really come into play. And the other thing I love is it's asynchronous multiplayer, meaning even when we're playing single player, the universe is populated by fellow players' creations and spaceships. So even when you're playing by yourself, you get to have this live, breathing world populated by stuff other people have made. So I'm thinking, let's just dive in here. We'll talk about the game as we go. I'm still learning a good bit myself. I've only played it about 45 minutes. Just enough to, get some stuff under the belt here. I will show you one thing. One option that I had to disable, this background graphics. Right now we have it set to just stars. There is stars and halos, which when enabled adds like a gradient halo effect. So based on the faction you are and the other enemy factions, like space will be colored different ways to represent the factions, but it doesn't render very well. I've tried all sorts of settings, and it looks like this is a problem other Let's Players have as well with this game. So most people seem to just go with the just stars, the nice, uniform space background. So that's what we're going to be going with. I really dig the look of the other one. It just, unfortunately, does not render that well. So here we go. Let's dive in. You can see here I had a little save spot going here. I want to delete this one. Let's delete it so we can start over fresh. Oh yeah. So now here's the first thing. There are different factions in the game. We only have one. To unlock one of the other factions, what you need to do when we have our starting faction, we need to destroy any of their ships worth 1,000 P or more. And imagine P, I forget what it stands for, but P, and we'll see here again, is sort of the representation of how big your ship is and how complex it is. So yeah, any of the bigger, more complex faction ships, once you take it out, you can now play as that faction, and I believe by doing so, factions have different parts you can use. So you'll see here, we're going to start with the base faction, and you'll see what I mean when we take a look at the parts library. I believe other factions have like different weapon systems and things like that. So we're gonna be the Grim Reapers. That's what we're gonna be rocking out as. Let's see. Now we got to get some colors going on. I want a little bit of red in there. Ooh, like an orange. No, orange and green. That is awful. Oh, sweet Jesus. This is getting. Maybe like a dark. No, but then it'll be hard to see. See, this is where I'm like no good. Colors. Oh, like yellow could be interesting. Let's see here. No, you know what I'm going to do? I like blue. I really just love blue way too much. Get a good hue going on here, like a darker, snoogalicious color. Ooh, blue and green? That's kind of an interesting mix. Oh, there we go. Oh, I'm digging it. All right, here, let's start with this. These will be our colors. Here we go, loading the world. So let's talk about some things first. Here we are in the world with our starter ship. If we zoom in, you can see pretty much the makeup of the ship, and WASD moves us around. We do have the tutorial stuff coming up here, so we will go over a little bit of this. Similarly colored ships are allies. Everyone else is hostile. Yep, there's the mini-map down at the bottom left. I'll explain some of what's going on here, just so you guys know what's going on. And we can zoom in and out with the mouse. So let's open up the map real quick so you guys can understand some of the icons. First off, totally procedurally generated. The green arrow is us. The green squares, these are spawners. Essentially what this means is these are either bases or really big ships that have the capability for us to spawn, and not only that, but deposit resources and ore, like as we collect them. The blue squares are inactive stations or damaged stations, meaning we can go over to them and try to capture it and activate it, and they will become a station now owned by our faction. And once you own stations, they will begin spawning ships from your faction. Not only that, but ships that you build and different variants of your ships. Like, the game is very cool in that it will take one of your designs and add on to it or take some parts away. It's so awesome. So other things we have here, these are agents. All of these little red arrows, these are part of the asynchronous multiplayer. These are ships taken by other players and populated in our world. So here we can see this one up here. We can see their color gradient for their ships. This is, you know, a fleet or an agent made by some guy named Cam Nui, and it's 4 ships with, you can see they're 859p. That's the representation of the size of the ship, I think, or all 4 ships, I'm not sure. And these are wormholes. You can teleport between locations in the wormholes. So pretty great. And that's pretty much what the icons on the map are. As we explore grids, you know, these little squares, the color of the square is the representation of who owns it. So, like, I believe the green ones are kind of us, like we own that space. It gets kind of complex looking as you go, but, you know, it makes sense. As factions own things, they color the squares. So, with that being said, if we press the number 1 key, we can enter the spaceship designer. Alright, I don't need to, I'll talk about this real quick. So, here's the P I'm talking about. So this ship right now, we have a max of 300p to build with. We've already used 240, so this means we have 60 more p of parts that we could put over here and build with our ship. So like if I mouse over the hull, you can see a piece of hull is 0p, and it has mass, it has health, and it has a regrowth time. So as enemies destroy your parts, they will regrow. Over time, of course, and in order to do that, you need these generators. The generator gives you an amount of regrowth, and energy generated is what is used to regrow your parts, as well as power your weapon systems. So let's take a look around. So these are the parts, these are the parts that we have unlocked right now. So if we go to upgrade, you can see these are all the parts we have available for our faction. And let's say, like, if we wanted to unlock a railgun to start using to build, it would be 540 credits. We have 100 credits. And here's another number you may not have seen. So the credits are used to purchase things, as well as purchasing or buying fleet members to follow you around in the world. The R is the resource, raw resources, and these are gained by killing ships as well as collecting them from plants that grow in the world. So let me show you that right here. These green things are plants, and they drop little seeds. Every now and then you'll see green seeds being dispersed amongst the world, and what happens is as these seeds, well, I'm surprised I haven't seen any yet, but essentially, like, as the plants grow, they sort of migrate, and it's a very organic process, and they eventually they drop things that you can harvest, and they give you resource points, and you can then essentially you go to a station and you'll drop off your resource points, and that will convert to credits, and then you can use those to buy more parts, and then you can build your ships. It's just fantastic. So, if we look at our fleet menu here, the game comes with a few ships pre-built, and you can see their cost here, essentially how powerful they are in part number, in P, I guess. And here's the one we're using, the Interceptor. So, you know, we're just going to be using a default ship to start, and here's the weapon binding. I'm just kind of going over the different menu systems where you can set your weapons to different mouse modes, you can auto-fire weapons, you can have point defense. We'll get to those as we look around. So, yeah, you can see we have a couple of huge stations over here. So we're going to follow some of these tutorials. Let me do that real quick. So, use right mouse to launch secondary weapons. So in this case, it'll be our missiles. And you can lock onto targets with the spacebar, and your missiles will heat seek, which is very cool. We got this crazy looking blaster right now. So what do we have to do? Fly near a damaged station to reactivate. So that's our next tutorial. So let's go do that right now. We're just flying through the world. So here's an enemy. I'm so bad at this, especially with these starter ships. There we go. Boom. And you can see there we collected 25 resources for killing that ship. Man, this guy is super maneuverable. It's crazy. So you can see we got some enemies over here by this station. Oh, no, 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 no. Don't touch me. Oh, shoot. He's killing me. He's killing me. Help me. So you can see I'm able to regrow pretty quickly. I'll let somebody else deal with them. I'm going to capture this. And once we capture this, it will help spread our faction around, or quite organically. Oh crap, I'm like stuck. Hang on. Uh-oh. There we go. Whew! So yeah, these circles represent shields, and these stations will just collect resources for your faction, and then in turn, the stations will spawn more ships and send them out into the world. It is so cool. It's just like an organic living area with an amazing soundtrack. I mean, who could ask for anything more? So let's try and take out a couple ships here. What we're going to try to do is earn some resources, if we can. So there we just got 74. So you can see here, based on our ship and our design, we can hold 253 resources that we harvest. We've got 77, and we have 705 credits. So the first thing I want to do, I'm thinking the first thing we'll do. Now, here's the thing. We start off small, right? Like, we're just a small attack craft. And as we go, we'll start getting much bigger ships, and we will even be recruiting fleet members, and we'll have ships that can spawn more ships. It just gets intense. So let's take a look. The next task we have, trade 100R to a spawner for credits. So this is where you convert your resources. So we have 82 resources. I believe you get half the resource cost back as credits once you turn it in. So you can see there, we deposited 81 and we got 41 credits. So here's what we can do now. If you notice, our max, when we're looking at our ship, we have a max of 300p that we can build with, right? So if we go to our upgrade screen, we can increase the amount of P, of points that we get to build with for a credit cost. So I can spend 150 credits, and now we have 30 more P. So what I want to do is first, I want to expand how big we can make our ship. So I'm gonna spend a few points here getting our ship bigger. So now look, we have 439p to build with, which is so cool. So we could take this base ship here. It has a couple of plasma cannons, an autocannon. There's our command module. Once your command module is blown up, you're done. You're gone. You're out of there, my friends. And we have a missile launcher in the front. So I'm thinking, let's get maybe a few more plasma cannons. Like, watch this. We'll do something like this. This is going to be really goof.wonk equals true. We'll slam them up in the front here. So here's how this works. When you're building with hull parts, enemies have to hit your hull first before they can get to... So like this cannon right here. The enemy will have to blow up this piece of hull before they can hit your cannon. But your cannon can shoot past your own hull pieces, which is very cool. And so yeah, when you're building with pieces, you can rotate, you can expand, and shrink. Not every piece has that capability, but this is kind of what I want to do. And you can copy and paste and all that jazz. It's very cool. Negative. I'm trying to mimic how we have this thing here. Which way is that snooging out? I'm having a hard time. There it is. Okay. Yeah, so you can see here what I'm wanting to do is try... I'm going to make like a little enclosing here for the front of our ship, just to try to protect some of our parts. Let's see. Building is fun. This is one of the things that I enjoy doing. It's rather zen-like. It really is. It's pretty sweet. Alright, let's see here. We could take a bigger hull piece. And as you expand pieces, they do get more and more armor. Now this is a dumb piece to use right there. Totally dumb piece. Use gaze. Just trying to figure out what I want to do here. Oh yeah, here we go. Maybe something like this. Way too big. Could I get 2 of these on there? This is kind of funky, but you know, I'm just thinking about protecting our ship here. The one thing that I've noticed can be difficult is keeping stuff mirrored correctly. It's sometimes like you'll be off by a few pixels and that drives me nuts. Here's what I'll do. Yeah, I'll just do something like that. Just a weird little thing connecting, keeping things together here. And let's see. Just gonna pop a few more pieces, maybe like that. Are these even connected, I think? I believe they are. Yeah, we're good. All right, so yeah, here's what we did. We still have a bunch of points we could build with. Like, we could try to put a couple more plasma cannons in here. Oh, I would love if I could fit one right there. See, this is a little uneven. Not quite the most mirrored build, I'm afraid. Let's see, what else could we go with? We could put... Now these are very stationary. Like some things will turn. They're on a turret, so like you could see if we mouse over the plasma cannon, you could see here like it's damage 30 around, rate 4 rounds a second. So it's got a range and a velocity. Velocity being, you know, how fast it shoots. And the turret speed is how quick it turns. So this one will essentially take a full second to make a full, almost 360-degree turn. Almost a full 100% turn. Not exactly the fastest thing in the world. This is such a weird design. I really don't know about this. Let's see if we can maybe pop some... We need something tiny. So you could do this with the missile launchers. We could squeeze 2 on there. And we would just get 1 missile each. Yeah, this looks good. Let's do that. So then what we do is check it out. We'll hit escape. And now our ship is going to build the parts. This is so cool. I just love this. It is just so awesome. And then check it out. Look at this. And when we shoot, it actually sends us backwards. And we've got more missiles now. And so here's the cool thing. Like, now that we've made this design, our faction will start building this design. And it will keep doing so as long as we have, you know, like, designs saved and stuff. So let's go explore. Let's try to... In fact, what do we have left for our tutorial? Nothing right now, I think. So let's try and take over a little bit of stuff, or maybe expand our territories. What I really want to do is get some more resources, so we can grow. And you'll notice I'm so bad at combat. Like, the AI is so good at maneuvering around your shots. It's crazy. You can see the missiles do heat seek. Ooh, this, see, okay, hang on, I got a problem here. This ship has no way to really strafe and turn. So let's do this. In fact, we're gonna get some bigger thrusters on here. Like this. Like, I was noticing I couldn't turn very well. I couldn't strafe very well, I guess. There we are, this is better. Like, a fast turning speed is pretty critical. Look at this guy, he's just cooking it. Let's try to get him. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, and there is collision damage. Here's another guy we could try to take out. Let's try to do it. See there? He just wrecked us. Look at that. And then our ship will rebuild itself. So this guy has shields. That's why he's so hard. He's got a... Oh, we got rocked. That was a little bit too big for us to handle right off the bat with just the weak plasma cannons there. Unfortunately. Alright, let's head back out. You know what we want to do, actually? Let's go get this... Let's go get... Oh yeah, and when you die, you lose all your resources you've collected. Definitely something to be cognizant about. Because okay, that's pretty sweet. Because, yeah, you know, you can actually be collecting a bunch of resources. And, you know, it's just unfortunate to lose them all, like, if you don't have a chance to drop them off. So very much worthwhile going out here, getting your explorer on, you know, looking around the universe. Here's another one of those shield guys who wrecked me earlier. I'm gonna pretend like we're friends right now. I'm not gonna mess with them. I'm having a really hard time here. Alright, okay, yeah, we got some big enemies. Let's see if I can capture this before I die. Oh no, we're gonna die. Get it, get it, get it! We got it! We got it right at the last minute there. Did they? And so you can see there now, we have this station, and it was attacking the enemy. And now we can spawn here. And yeah, all of the stuff you do with your faction, you know, it's just so organic. Like, they'll keep growing. Oh, AI ships. Some of these are so tough. And these autocannons are no good that I have. In fact, these ships I'm fighting are much bigger. What we need to do is build something super sweet and rad. Super rad to the laser bone. Alright, let's get over here. Oh, well, okay, we died again. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is where we're going to stop this first episode. I think this was just a good intro. Essentially, we're just looking at the game, understanding the mechanics, and what's going on, and, you know, just making sure we know, I guess, how to observe what's going on in this organic world. So what I want to do in the next episode, you know, some of the stuff we're going to be looking at, like if we look at the upgrade screen, you can get this thing called a factory. And when you have a factory, once you've attached a factory to a ship, you get these slots. And you can drag ships up here, and your factory will start producing these ships, giving yourself a way to have your own fleets run with you. Not only that, but you can hit tab and enter command mode. And in this mode, you can actually recruit other ships. I just got wrecked. You can recruit other ships on your side, and they will be your wingmen, and they will traverse the galaxy with you. And it's a great way to travel. Like I said, I only played for like maybe an hour with my previous save, and it was already getting really awesome, really fun, having a bunch of ships traveling with us. So yeah, like I said, we'll stop this episode here. In the next one, we're going to start off by building a brand new ship from scratch. We're going to get our fleets rocking and rolling, and then we're going to see about taking over parts of this galaxy, seeing if we can maybe come up to some of these agent ships from the asynchronous multiplayer, taking on some of these player creations. I don't know, could be really fun. So yeah, hey, since this is the first episode in a series, won't be a very big series, but if you like it, if you enjoy it, if you want to see more of this thing, give me a thumbs up, let me know you like it. Feel free to drop comments if you want to chat. And I've even noticed there are some other modes. Let's go back to the main menu real quick here. There is a tournament mode where, if I was actually logged into Steam here, I'm usually offline on Steam when I'm recording, so we don't get pop-ups, but if I was online, we wouldn't have this, and you could actually play against your friends and enter like tournament mode, bracket mode, pool mode, and your ships fight each other and stuff. It sounds like a blast. We could also give that a try. Could be really fun. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for stopping by. It's been great having you here. I really look forward to seeing you all in the next episode. Until then, hope you all have an absolutely great day. Take it easy and stay classy.